Hey, hey, hey. Good evening. Good evening. Hope everyone is well. Welcome to the Green Hour, Medicinal Cannabis After Dark. If you all can hear me, um, well, drop in the chat and let me know you can hear me. I'm getting ready to stream inside of the group. Hey, good evening. I just need to share this. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. I am so excited to be here for our introduction of medicinal cannabis after dark. And so come on in the room. If you are streaming live with me, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And we are about to get started. I'm getting ready to introduce to you all exactly what the heck this is. I'm just sharing to my groups and we're going to get started. All right. If you're streaming from me from Facebook, I'm also live inside of my personal Facebook group, which I'll introduce you guys to in a moment. And I am also live from YouTube. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Sierra Keaton, and I am the Canna Nurse, is what I was known as. So if you all know me as the Canna Nurse, y'all can continue to call me that. But I am Sierra Z, and I am your future holistic nurse practitioner. And our mission this year has changed. If you guys are new to me or not familiar, this is your first time streaming in, thank you so much for being here. But I have been an advocate for medicinal cannabis now since 2012. So we're talking about 13 years now. I have helped. I started off in the not-for-profit world, and I was helping clients and elderly, particularly the church members, discover wellness and pain management with cannabis. Then that moved later to educating nurses, and I have educated and helped over 150 different nurses. Hi, Sherry. Good evening. Nice to see you. I've helped over 150 nurses and people who are in healthcare learn about medicinal cannabis. I also am owner of Balance Relief, which is a custom CBD company. I custom formulated and created over 30 different CBD products, all in relation to the patients that I came across and exactly what they needed. I didn't want the products that other companies had. I had to have this particular type. So that is a little bit about myself. And what tonight is about is me serving and giving back. So I have taught, like I said, I've had courses all on medicinal cannabis in the past. And what we're doing in 2025 is bringing that education to our communities and bringing that education to the nurses as well. There's not a day that goes by when I'm at work, when I'm in the field, or whether I'm consulting, that someone doesn't have issues that they're looking for help with. Someone doesn't have a question about cannabis. And it's something that always has to be hush hush. Hey, good evening, Natasha. It's always something that has to be like hush hush. And we want to change that modality. So, what I have done is I have a brand new cannabis curriculum. And so, if you've been with me in the past, you're going to get bits and pieces of what that might have been in the past. But you're going to get some new fire information in regards to cannabis. And I'm not just customizing this to nurses. Of course, nurses is the majority of my audience, but I want people to be able to take this information and take it back to their communities. Y'all know the direction that healthcare is going. We all know healthcare is okay, for lack of better terms. And our communities deserve wellness, they deserve access. And hey, Veronica, good evening. And they deserve to be educated and know that there are other modalities outside of traditional Western medicine, which we'll talk about on this journey for them. And so this is just the kickoff to introduce you to what all is to come this year. So I'm going to highlight some of the things that we're going to be doing. So basically, these are going to be mini lessons. They're going to be about 30 minutes. We're going to have class 2 to 3 times a month inside of my personal Facebook group. So if you are interested in learning, this is free, y'all. I'm serving all year. I suggest you grab a notebook and you label it Medicinal Cannabis After Dark. Because if you tune in and stay tuned in all year long, you're going to get a full knowledge and understanding of not just what cannabis is, but how to apply it. And more importantly, how to educate others behind it. Hey, good evening, Tiffany. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tiffany is on YouTube. So again, medicinal cannabis is big, right? There is a lot that comes to it. And if you're not familiar, there's actually a specialty. Cannabis nursing is a specialty. And in order for you to thrive in that role, in order for you to function as a cannabis nurse, if that is one of your goals, you have to be educated with certain principles, certain knowledge. And so let me break that down for y'all. So this year, what I'm going to be doing, we have about 9 different modules that I'll be breaking down, and each module will be 2 to 3 classes, depending on how in-depth that particular subject is. This is full access. I'm not holding back nothing. I've been working on this cannabis curriculum so deeply, I said I might have to make y'all a workbook. So stay tuned. I may make a workbook or sheets that every time you come to class, you get it. And if you keep coming and collecting these things, you will have all of the tools that you need to succeed in this realm, to experience wellness for yourself, your communities, and the clients that you may serve already. Okay. So the number one thing that I'm going to break these down by module. So module number 1 is going to be the foundations of cannabis. We need those foundational pieces, and where cannabis came from, and just how we got to this point with cannabis. So that's going to be module 1, and we're going to break that down, and we're going to kick that off for our first class. And our class itinerary will be located inside of our Facebook group, and I will drop that link for you guys when I get done. Thank you, Sherry. Number 2 is the science of the endocannabinoid system. We're going to take a deep dive into the endocannabinoid system. When I first was teaching this course, I was afraid to take a deep dive because it's chemistry. There's a lot of science behind it, but really to get a full depth and understanding, we need to take that time and dig a little bit deeper. So I'm going to be digging into the endocannabinoid system. If you're not familiar, ECS is the acronym for it. You can go and Google it. It is a system we have inside of our bodies if you're not familiar. And so I'm going to be teaching on that, how it works. There's receptors. There's so much that comes with the endocannabinoid system. So that module itself is going to be 3 classes. Again, these classes are going to be about 30 minutes. Each time we hop on, that'll give us some time to talk about it, have open dialogue, and of course, time for questions and answers. Okay. The third module that I'm going to dip into is clinical application. This is something that is missed, or, you get educated, but you don't know how to apply that. And so under clinical applications, we're going to be talking about conditions that are specifically geared toward cannabis. And when I say geared toward cannabis, I mean a lot of the conditions that are approved under the medicinal cannabis programs in a variety of states. So we're going to learn how to apply these certain types of cannabis to these clinical, quote unquote, conditions. I have to be very careful with your words in the cannabis world. We're going to be talking about trends in the cannabis market as well. The fourth thing that I am going to tackle is assessment, documentation, and monitoring. What does that look like for a client? What does that look like for a nurse? And these first 3 modules are more nursing geared because I want to provide you guys with the foundation. We're nurses, and y'all know it's really hard for us to cut off that nurse brain, right? And so I want to make sure that I take the knowledge that you have and help you apply it to cannabis, because that's really all it is. It's the nursing process applied to cannabis. Number 5 is a big hitter, and this is patient and family education. So we're going to talk, of course, about the importance of education. You know, as nurses, that is probably one of the most important things that we do, and I think we overlook that aspect. We are to educate to empower our patients for better lives. There's no good in me treating someone for their high blood pressure, and then I don't teach them how to manage it. I don't teach them what to do to become better. That is a part of healthcare that we are missing. We are very quick to, prescribe medications for these things, but do we teach lifestyle changes? Do we teach nutritional changes? What are we doing in that realm? So we're going to learn how to apply the knowledge that we have, and making sure that our patients and our families and our communities are educated properly, and that we continue to remove the stigma. You remove the stigma by educating, and that's just what it is. Number 6, we're going to talk about legal framework and ethics. There's such an ethical debate inside of the cannabis realm. And if you guys were watching a couple weeks ago, we had a great podcast that I was invited on, and we talked about CBD. And I was actually talking with another nurse on there who was on the other side. And it was some really good dialect to show the biases that come behind cannabis, and how we have to put aside our personal feelings behind it and truly look at the clients, look at the treatment options that they choose. And our job is to educate and to not judge. On top of that, we're going to talk about a lot of legal frameworks. There's a lot of laws. There's a lot of gray area when it comes to cannabis. But one thing that we do know is that a lot of states these days have medicinal cannabis programs or low THC programs. And on top of that, CBD is legal in all 50 states. So we need to be educated on the legal framework and know that we are safe in educating our clients from a legal standpoint. The next thing that we're going to be doing is some interactive training. So we're going to be doing some hands-on case studies. I'm going to have some clients come on and share their testimonies about cannabis and how it has truly changed their life, or if they're using it for a certain condition. We're going to use that clinical knowledge and apply it even deeper. We're going to do some case studies. We're going to even dig into some research in that realm so that you can truly, truly get a great understanding of this wonderful, amazing plant. Number 8, module 8, is we're going to talk about products. So during the course, you're going to learn about the different ways that clients can consume. And some of those ways are just like it. If you're a nurse, is it orally? Am I applying it topically? Is it under the tongue? Is it transdermal? And we'll break that down with products. And you guys will get a firsthand look at what products are available to our clients, because this is no longer the world of just edibles and smokables, right? We are in a huge realm of what we can offer, and not only what we can offer, but what we can create for our clients. And I'll tell y'all that probably about 25 of the 30 products that I formulated came from a client need. It came from specific needs in the community with certain conditions, and that is how we formulated the product. Oh, I had a client who needed a product for psoriasis. Well, let's figure out what cannabinoid works best with inflammatory conditions of the skin. If we had a client who had issues with their skin in general, okay, well, let me come up. I came up with this facial and toner and moisturizer for our clients who go through chemotherapy, whose skin needs to heal, or go through radiation, whose skin needs to heal. So that's the power of products. And that's what we're going to take a dive into on that module. And I'll probably spend a whole month on products, because not only am I going to educate you about the different type of products, but again, how to apply them. What scenarios will require what? Why do we use certain products the way that we do? Okay. And then last but not least, I want to have a special module in regards to palliative care and cancer or oncology care. These are two very, very big lanes in the cannabis industry. And I want our clients to be able to understand how cannabis works specifically in those two lanes. I'm going to be sharing a lot about CBD IV drips when we're talking about these two components. A lot of people don't even know that a CBD IV drip even exists. And so, again, the power of knowledge is grand in this realm. So these are just some of the topics that we're going to talk about. Of course, I could sit here and talk all night and highlight to you guys all that we're going to dig into this year. My suggestion is that you get inside the Facebook group, you take a look at the itinerary, and you set your alarm, because this information is going to be life-changing for somebody. And if it's not personally for you, it could be for your family member, it could be your mom, it could be your daughter, it could be your grandmother, right? It could be your next door neighbor, someone in your community. There's so much power in educating. Hey, good evening, Lakia. Hey, Misha. Thank y'all for tuning in. I can't see the other person on YouTube, but hey, welcome. There's power in education and there's power in access. And when we give people both of those, we empower them to take control of their health. We no longer want to operate in the realm of sick care. I don't want to reach you once you're sick. I want to reach you before you get sick, right? I want to empower you on well care and not sick care. And then we're also going to talk about some professional accountability this year as well. So again, this is the introduction to the Green Hour Medicinal Cannabis After Dark, and it is our year-long initiative to educate and empower our communities. Do y'all have any questions for me? Anyone on live? Any questions in regards to how I can empower you more? If you have specific topics or things that you're interested in, please make sure to drop them in the chat. I definitely am going to be taking notes and make sure that everything that you have is covered. And guess what, y'all? I am a cannabis expert, but I don't know everything. But I have resources and I have connections. And what I don't know, I will get you someone that does. Good evening, Sheila. So thank y'all again so much for tuning in with me here as I introduce to you the Green Hour, Medicinal Cannabis After Dark. So my Facebook group is called the Holistically Empowered Women Entrepreneurs. I may change the name of it, but I'm going to drop the link here. And actually, let me drop it for you guys right now. I'm going to drop the link here. Make sure to come inside my Facebook group, because that is where the magic is going to be happening at. Okay. Sorry, can y'all see me? Let me drop this comment for y'all. Y'all can't see where to drop the comment. It's been too long since I have been on Facebook. Going live. Hold on, there we go. All right, so I have dropped the Facebook link inside down on Facebook. I'll drop it here on YouTube as well. Again, make sure y'all are inside the Facebook group. Sometimes Facebook and its algorithm be doing what it wants to do, and I want to make sure that I have a space dedicated for us and not just from my main personal page. All of our videos will be uploaded to YouTube, so if you're not able to join us for every single class, make sure you double back. Treat this like school. I promise you, if you tap in, if you are ready to tackle this world, if you are ready to know more, if you're tired of hearing about the stigma of cannabis, maybe you experience it for yourself and no one wants to hear you out about it, come and get a little knowledge. How do I tackle stigmas? How do I handle people coming up against me in this industry? Because y'all have to deal with it all the time. It's one of the reasons I had to take a break. I was in the battlefield for cannabis, right? You do it by education, and through education comes confidence. So again, thank y'all so much. My name is Sierra Z. I am your future holistic nurse practitioner. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse almost 18 years now. My background is critical care, but I've worked in a multitude of arenas, from home health, home care. Um, yeah, I could go down the list. Transplants. But one thing that I've always been is a huge patient advocate. And I believe that's one reason why my assignment has been cannabis, because I'm an advocate for you. Every patient that I have ever touched or taken care of, they become my family for those 12 hours. Even if it's just an hour that I'm taking care of them, I treat my patients like family. I empower them like family. I educate them as if it was my own family going through whatever they may be going through. And that's something else that I want to instill in us as we come into a new era of nursing. I don't know if y'all been hearing it in the background, but nursing is about to change, y'all. And it's about to change in our favor, nurses. So if you're feeling burnt out, I want y'all to take a deep breath and blow it out. Because we about to elevate ourselves in this nursing world. The rules have changed and they favor us. And I'm so excited. I will not be hushed this year about cannabis. I'm going to be roaring loud like a lion. And I hope y'all don't mind. So if y'all don't want to hear all about cannabis and all of the properties and the benefits and the testimonies, y'all might just want to go ahead and unfollow me now, because I'm going to be loud and bold about it, because I'm tired of it being hushed. And I'm tired of it being swept under the table or pushed to the side. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm going to drop our itinerary. We get started in about a week and a half for class. So I hope y'all grabbed y'all notebooks. Y'all stay tuned in to me, and I will see y'all on the highways and the byways of cannabis. Thank you so much, Lakia. I am so excited to be back, and y'all, I'm ready. I hope y'all ready for me. I hope y'all ready. All right, y'all take care. See y'all later. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.